How are you? Have you ever felt that your children just turn you down, or maybe your teenagers just answer in one word and slams the door? And if you're tired being ignored, interrupted, and feeling unheard, so you are not alone. This happened to all the parents. Today, we are going to go over 15 effective ways to communicate with your kids and teens so that they can listen to you, they trust you, and talk in a meaningful way. So let's dive in. So of all, we need to understand why the communication breakdown. If you sometimes the parents felt that like, when kids were young, they talk to you and they discuss different things. They talk about different what happened in during the day and other things, and then suddenly at the teenagers they just cut it down, or something not happened just on sudden. Like there might be something going on in the background, and something happened which actually breaks the communication, and especially in the teenagers, because their body is going on with so many hormonal ups and downs and just exploring themselves, and they are just trying to behave like an adult, but they still their mind is still like a child. They think like and behave like a children. So uh, how this communication breaks down, like what happened, so this your communication with your child breaks down. There might be certain reasons, but the few reasons, so the four are more common. For example, the number one is the overuse of commands, or the criticism. So if you overuse the commands, giving them so many commands in a day, or criticize them a lot, that might affect or maybe hurt their feelings, and that's why they don't want to communicate, because they think whenever they communicate they get criticized. Okay, number two is like talking at instead of talking with children. So usually parents just tell them what to do, or just talk at them. So you need to actually think that you have to talk with them. So you have to sit down with them, or maybe every day in the dinner table you can sit down and you talk to them, and in a better way, so they don't feel like that you're with them. You're not actually talking at them or giving command. You are with them, and they can trust you. Next is emotionally charged timing. Sometimes what happens, the children come, for example, the child or teenager come home late, and you start shouting or yelling, or um, you didn't notice the emotion of your child, of your teenager boy and girl. So maybe something happened when they went out. There was maybe they are facing something, or which you can't read on their face. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And they are emotionally charged that time, and they want to be alone, or maybe to be heard by someone else. They want maybe a time alone, and they want to reflect, and they want to understand their feelings and their emotion, what is going on inside them. So talking in that time might go really wrong. And if you talk, so they are not going to respond, they are not going to talk, because they want to understand themselves. Maybe this is very common, and maybe you have noticed or not that children, like for example, all the children copy their parents. So you are the role model for them. So whatever way you behave to the people in home or outside, they actually copy you. So the modeling, the lack of modeling means like if you are always talking, raising your tone, raising your voice, to in the home with the family members, or maybe outside somewhere, so they learn that way, and they think that that is the way of talk to anyone. So they learn from you and they apply on you. So just be aware that whenever you're talking, when kids are around, you need to be very careful, because they are learning each and every minute with you. Now move on to 15 communication tips that works. Number one is Number one is get eye level. So when the kids are small, or so you have to go down to their eye level. When you're talking, you need to be sit in front of them. You have to make eye contact, and then you have to talk, and you have to tell them anything. So it's a very important. You have to get down to their eye level. Okay. Number two is use a calm tone. So volume doesn't equal effectiveness. So actually tone matters a lot than words. So that your tone actually uh, if I give an example, for example, if you are putting some rays or light onto the mirror, it reflects back on you. So uh, the thing is that when you use the high tone, high pitch volume, like to them, and use your high tone, that reflect back. So they speak in the same tone. Your tone is going to matter a lot than what you're going to say, your words. So your tone need to be calmed down, and so watch for your tone, like the way you're talking to your kids and your teenagers. Number three is ask, don't order. So you have to ask them. You don't order them to do something, because if you ask them something, they reply as an answer. But if you command them, they take it as a negative word or negative sentence, and then that actually reflect their behavior, way of talking as well. So for example, instead of saying go and do your homework, you can say, hey, what's your plan for homework today? So in simple terms, they will tell, okay, I'll do this, and then I'll do the homework, or like that, I'll do the homework and then I'll go out. So that will actually go easy in that way. If you give a command, they feel like it's a compulsion, it's a force. And you can assess yourself, like when someone to say to you that way in your office, in your work, then you feel pressurized and you feel like you use your own the words which actually to show your frustration and your anger, not to the boss but maybe your friends and other colleagues. So next is use open-ended questions. So open-ended is instead of open-ended is give them a chance to explain themselves. Or for example, open-ended question is that we usually ask when the child come from party or somewhere, did you have fun? So instead of asking that, you can say, what is your favorite part of the day? So in this way, you're opening a communication. You're opening to understand the whole process, how they felt, how they spent the time, what they did. So they were going to explain in their own words when you ask the open-ended question. Okay, because if you ask, did you have fun, they say yes, and the communication finished there. So it's instead of that, ask the open-ended question. Okay. Next is pause before repeating. So sometimes what happen, the children, they are dealing with so many things. Their thoughts, they are maybe busy in their own thoughts and something, so doing something. So you say something to them and then give few minutes to let their brain process it. Especially with the special needs, they need lots of the neurodiverse children, they need a time to process the thought. So it's very important that you give them a time to process it. So don't repeat immediately, just pause few seconds and then repeat it again. Okay. Next is avoid interrupting. So as I said in the last one, that they are maybe playing some game, doing some work, or maybe busy in their own thought. So you instead just go or shout from the other room, or you have to go in front of them and you have to check that what they're doing, and you have to avoid. If they are in busy, you can go and just maybe take few minutes to sit down, and they will understand that you want to say something and they will give you full attention. Next is the reflect back. So sometimes like when they are shouting or getting angry or upset or something, so you have to actually reflect back. So when you reflect back, you are able to understand them, that what they are facing. Okay, so for example, it sounds like you felt left out today. Did I get that right? So in this way, actually, you're reflecting back. And when you reflect back, they will say yes, and they will maybe open up the communication and start talking to you. Okay, next is the label their emotion. That is also connected with the reflecting back, because small children, or younger kids, and even some teenagers as well, they don't understand the emotion. They sometimes find it's difficult to define their emotion and give that word of that emotion. So you have to actually label that emotion. You have to tell them what they are feeling, so this way they will learn their emotion, because it's very important that when they understand their emotion, they know how to deal with it, and you can train them how to deal with it. So it's very important to label the emotion. So So you use the word frustrated so they understand, okay, this happened because of that, I'm feeling frustrated. Now, how I can deal with that. Okay. Next is use a schedule and chart. If your child is like slow learner or have some issue with the timetabling or scheduling or organizing or planning, so you can actually schedule or make a chart and put it in their a room so they can understand they can know what they have to do next. So you don't have to yell, they know what is expected and what they have to do next. Number 10 is use I statement. I statement is not like it will give them a feeling you're not pointing out them. You are talking about yourself. You're talking about your feeling. You're not pointing out. So, for example, you can say, I feel worried when you don't come home on time. Instead of saying that you are always late. When you say you are always late, you're pointing out them. When you say, I feel worried, that you're pointing yourself and your feelings. Number 11, stay neutral in conflict. So it's very important that if the child is shouting, a teen is shouting and angry and upset, you don't use, you don't have to talk the same way. Use the neutral tone. And so if you get, for example, sometimes teens say some mean words and you felt really, really hurt. So instead of talking that time, take a breath, go down into somewhere, calm down, and maybe after a few minutes or few hours, when they are calmed down, you are calmed down, and then they sit down and talk. And next is praise listening. So whenever they listen to you, always praise them, because this gives them a feedback that you appreciate that. You appreciate when they talk to you. You appreciate that when they listen to you. So it's a very, very important that you praise whenever they listen to you. Next is ask for their ideas. So involve them in the decision making. It's very, very important because most of the parents do that mistake. They don't involve their children in different decision making. For example, if you have to go somewhere, your child is not agreeing with that. So you have to find out and you have to sit down and you have to make a decision as a family. For example, you can say, okay, tell me, how do you think we can handle this? Or in any situation you can talk about it. So involve them in the decision making of anything about them or related to the family. Next is number 14, avoid sarcasm and shame, because you need to be honest with them. Don't hurt them, because when you use sarcasm and when you put shame on themselves, like how you're doing so bad and this and that, that actually hurts them. That hurts them a lot. And that breaks down the communication when they feel hurt. And so it's very important to avoid those kind of things. You can give the example and try to give the positive examples, so instead of pointing them and shaming them, and especially in the public or in front of others. Okay, next, number 15, create one-to-one movement. It's very, very, very important that kids and teens talk more during the relaxed time. So when they are relaxed, when the best time, I think, when they are in the car, like when you're dropping them in school or collecting them from school. So that time is good time, or maybe bedtime talk. So if you go to their bed and sit down, or if they are young, you can read a story, the story which are related to the maybe emotions and communication. So there's lots of kids story are based on that. Increase their moral values by reading the story, and after the story talking about the character and asking them, if you are in this situation, how will you handle this? And in this way they learn there are two three things you're teaching them. First thing, reading ability. Second is that moral values. Third is that problem solving, that when they are in some kind of situation, how they are going to handle. So handling the situation is a problem solving. And then you can also increasing the critical thinking in them. So there are so many other positive effects of the reading books and discussing about it in the nighttime. And nighttime is a calmer time, peaceful time. You read a story, you can talk about it, and that actually, that time when they go to the bed, that stay in their brain, and then it's a solidify in their brain as well, because they go to the bed. After that they sleep, and then during the sleep time your all short-term memories start to go into the long-term memories, so they start to store in your brain. uh, you can say subconscious brain, it's not very conscious, but in subconscious brain it start to build up that thing, and it will help them in the future to deal with different situations. So it's a very, very important thing to do it. I have explained the 15 effective way to communicate your kids and teens. Now, you don't need to yell to be heard. So it's I think communication is kind of, you have to build a trust. It will take time, but it will make a real connection. So slowly they will build a trust in timely manner. Like for example, the young kids can actually connect with you very quickly and easily compared to the teenagers, because you need to, if the communication is breaks down though, so you have to build that trust again, and that will take time, and build the trust and then make a real connection with them. So it's very important. I would say try these few tips which I have given today, and in the comment which one worked with you, and so it will help others to understand that this communication skill is, and this communication technique is working. So it's very important. So please comment and let me know that is this working for you, and have you tried any of these or not. If you think this is going to help others, so please share with them. And if you learn 2 3 new things today, or something which is going to actually help you understand your child better, to like and share my video. So I would say let's raise emotionally strong and intelligent kids together. So I will see you in the next video. Till then, namaskar and bye bye.